that. I said that in my opening, and I will say it again. You know that white supremacy and white nationalism ranks nowhere near the top of the issues that are facing Black
Candace
America.
Owens.
And the reason that you are bringing them up in this room is because it is attempt to
Look at her
make the
eyes,
election
man.
all
She's
about
so
race,
assertive.
as the Democrats
Not in
do.
my case, Ms.
Please don't
Owens.
cut
I'm
me
sorry.
off.
Please
She's
do
so
not
assertive.
characterize my motive.
Mr. Chairman, it's my time.
Yeah,
It's my time.
You've got your time, Mr. Menendez. I'll give you 3 more seconds.
Every 4 years, you bring up race, and you knew exactly what I meant when I said hilarious, and you just tried to do lies.
Doesn't stutter.
The media does all the time to
Straight
Republicans,
talker.
to our president, and to conservatives, which is
Fearless.
trying to manipulate what I said to fit your
And so
narrative.
feminine,
okay?
all in one.
I was not referring to the subject matter that is hilarious. I said it's hilarious that we are sitting in this room today, and I've got 2 doctors and a missus, and nobody can give us real numbers that we can respond to so we can assess how big of a threat this is. Because you know that it is not as big of a threat as you are trying to make it out to be so that you can manipulate. And the audacity of you to bring up the Christchurch shooting manifesto and make it seem as if I laughed at people that were slaughtered by a homicidal maniac is, in my opinion, absolutely despicable. And I think that we should be above that. To try to assign reality or any meaning to a homicidal maniac writing a manifesto, which, by the way, let the record show, also stated Spyro the Dragon, the child's cartoon, as a source of inspiration. He also cited Nelson Mandela as a source of information. I don't think that Nelson Mandela has inspired mosque shootings. You can correct me if you think I'm wrong. You would rather assign meaning to a homicidal maniac than to actually address the things that I said today that are actually harming Black America. Number 1, father absence. Number 2, the education system and the illiteracy rate. Illegal immigration ranks high, abortion ranks high, white supremacy and white nationalism, if I had to make a list again of 100 things, would not be on it. This hearing, in my opinion, is a farce, and it is ironic that you're sitting here and you're having 3 Caucasian people testify and tell you what their expertise are. Do I know what my expertise are? Black in America. I've been Black in America my whole life, all 30 years, and I can tell you that you guys have done the exact same thing every 4 years ahead of an election cycle, and it needs to stop.
I'll yield back.
It means nothing when you put on a dirty song on your iPad or on your phone and you say, okay, well, it's just music. It's not just music, obviously. What you put in your ear informs your thoughts. It informs your ideas about what you think the world should look like and what freedom is, right? It is not freedom to wear less clothes. In fact, I would, in many ways, would say that that's a form of slavery. If the only time you feel like you can be heard and the only time you feel like you can be seen is when you are stripping down, you are basically selling your dignity and your self-respect for a little bit of attention. And in my opinion, that's not a very good exchange. The second piece of advice I'd like to give you all is that morality is hard, but it's more rewarding. And I say this as someone who I always say took the most liberal route to conservatism of any person ever. So you're young, you're going to make mistakes, and that's to be expected. But I also think that young girls need to know that pick morality. It's hard in school when you're feeling all of the peer pressure, and especially when you have people on Instagram that are telling you that it's normal at 15, 16 to be getting Botox and lip injections. But if you choose morality at the end, you will be rewarded for that. I can guarantee you that. And the last piece of advice, which I think has been really a big part of my brand, as I consider myself to be the anti-feminist, if you will, is that modern feminism leads to unhappiness. I want you to take a look at all of the women right now that we hold up as idols in this society, or that the media keeps telling you are your idols in society, the people that they say are so great, the celebrities that they say to worship. You know, they like to say queen, everybody's a queen now. I stand for so-and-so, I stand for this person. I want you to ask yourself a very simple question. Do you think that that woman is happy? Look at her life. Do you think that that woman who is screaming into the Twitterverse is happy? Are they fulfilled? When you look around them, does it seem like they have what you would want? Are they fulfilled in their relationships? Are they fulfilled with their family? Or are they looking for that sort of attention because they are unfulfilled? I cannot think of a single person today that says, I'm a feminist, who I would want to exchange lives with, which is why I have dumped feminism, because it no longer is about equality. It is about really the opposite. And I think that in many ways, it brings us back to old, antiquated ideas of what it means to be a woman, that actually, and quite ironically, favors the patriarchy, does not destroy it.
All right. Amazing footage. That is the great Candace Owens. Look at her eyes, man. Look at her eyes when she speaks, man. Look at her eyes. She's so assertive, so educated, so intelligent. You could tell she's a traditional woman. She's I believe, early 30s, very, very young. And just so an old soul at the same time, just so full of, greatness. I mean, she's different. She's definitely special. In the courtroom, you could hear her voice and the silence. You can cut the air was so thick when she stopped speaking. You can cut it with a knife. That's how strong her message was heard, and her deliverance. Complete silence, no rebuttals, because she's 100% right in what she's saying. Amazing. I'm a fan of her, man. I mean, okay. Citizens in the United States, specifically women, dislike Candace Owens because Candace is a factual speaker. She mentions statistics and numbers to back up her conversations. Women who are triggered by Candace are triggered because they know that she's right. Fatherless households, lack of education, the way that women portray themselves, in society, on social media, it's all 100% correct. Candace, a bit about her, she's married, is a mother, and, is a traditional wife away from her professional ventures, and she's living a very fulfilled life and has a beautiful family. I mean, this is what the majority of this country is lacking: the nuclear household. The nuclear household. As a result of no nuclear household, no balanced household with a mother and father present, or if it's a separated household without both parents involved in a child's life, it creates dysfunction and chaos that we see today. It doesn't take statistics to prove that. It's a fact. So Candace triggers people who are living against divine order. Anytime you live against divine order, it creates dysfunction. And as we see in society today, especially today, mental cases go up, mental issues, because of dysfunction, because of a lacking in upbringing. So we need to protect Candace Owens at all costs. She stands for morality, she stands for structure, and she stands for divine order. The media tries to misinterpret her, tries to discredit her on purpose because she's against dysfunction. And the majority of the country right now is dysfunctional. This is the truth. This is the truth. Feminism, demasculating men. And we all seen the results. It's the result of that as a society. Everything is backwards now. And it's getting worse. Children are suffering. There's no such thing as family anymore. There's no such thing as two parents. It's usually a single mom, or in some cases, single father. Everything is backward, and Candace is trying to fight against this with truth and facts, and putting herself out there on the line for what's morally, what's natural, and in divine order. Like, comment, subscribe. If you're a fan of Candace, thumbs up. If you're not a fan of her, thumbs down. I guarantee we'll have more thumbs up than thumbs down, because people understand what is natural and divine order. Like, comment, subscribe again. Peace. Love you guys. This was a topic that was suggested by a follower, a subscriber of mine. And I know of Candace Owens, and pretty much, I'll say I'm a fan of her. She's hot, intelligent, and she gets it. And she's very feminine. Peace. God bless.